Hello and welcome to Lightful Learning. Today I'm going to talk you through creating a social media approval process for your charity. My name's Tom, I'm your instructor today. You can learn a little bit about me on this slide or also in our instructor videos, which you can find by searching at the top of Lightful Learning. You can follow me on Twitter at Tom Dufresne. Here's what we're going to cover today. Agreeing a common set of tools that are going to help you build your approval process, setting up those tools together as a team, getting organized and building your schedule and posts. So let's look at agreeing on a common set of tools. The first step can sometimes be more challenging than it looks, as everyone has their own ways of working. I'm going to talk about Airtable today as a tool, but other people love using things like Trello, Google Sheets, or Jira, which is a piece of project management software used by software development companies like Lightful. It's less about the tool itself and more about finding a tool that everyone's happy to use and you're happy to work with. This is Airtable, but it's basically a fancy spreadsheet. I won't make it sound any more complicated than that, but with lots of collaborators and color coding, you can make it your one source of truth for social media. So think about the kind of tools you might need to set up a social media approval process. Now, it's important to set up your tools together as a team, including any volunteers or interns or anyone helping out who might be involved in the social media approval process. The only thing worse than jargon is jargon that nobody understands. If you're all on the same page and agreeing on the same shorthand, then your scheduling and approval process should work. If you're not clear, then set up clear documentation that explains the language that you're using so it's clear for everyone to understand. So for example, you might want to set up a quick social media glossary to get across the key points and the key shorthand you might use so new starters or volunteers can quickly pick up the language that you're using for your approval process. And next up is getting organized. Copy, photos, and everything else you might need to set up your social media. The best approval process is only as good as the most organized person in your team. So tools like Airtable, along with the Lightful Media Library, you can combine the best bits of your copy, so let's say the most important statistics, your most relevant or recent impact statement, and your mission, as well as your best photos. If you're using a shared drive like Google Drive, you can connect that to the Lightful Media Library, and you can set up your own folders to store your media in the right place, making sure that it's quickly accessible for people if you're not around on that given day. So when people are creating your social posts and they're being approved, you know they have the relevant copy, statistics, and content that you need. Build your schedule and start posting. So using your project management tool, in this case, I use Airtable, you can start adding each of your posts as a line item, one at a time, including the scheduled date and the category. So these might be donation asks, case studies, or behind the scenes, as well as a link to any external content. You can also look at the kind of people you're targeting with these posts using personas. So think about your organizational personas that you're looking to target, and if you haven't checked out our personas session, do take a look and investigate your user personas. Don't forget that you can start creating your posts immediately in Lightful and send them to the approval queue as and when you need them to be approved. This adds that extra layer of security, especially if you're working with volunteers, so you can ensure all of your posts meet your brand guidelines before they go out to the big wide world. And that's it. That's the quick guide to setting up a social media approval process in your organization. If you do have comments or questions, raise them below, and myself, another instructor, or a member of the Lightful community will be able to help out. Thanks again.